My name is Katie Freeman, and I'm going to inform you about the dangers of binge drinking. I'm going to tell you about how binge drinking destroyed a major part of my life and why you shouldn't drink and how it can have a negative effect on your life. There are many problems associated with binge drinking, and one of them is a loss of sleep that is never recovered. Sleep loss causes a loss in productivity in both work and in school. And we'll talk about that in a minute. I'm a student at Post University, and I would like to tell you why I'm 36 years old and still have not obtained my degree. Drinking took everything I ever wanted in my life, including my education. I was constantly dropping out of different colleges due to my drinking, sometimes just shortly after I would enroll. I could not see what my drinking was doing to me until it was almost too late. Many college students waste their time spent in school drinking instead of studying, and they get lower grades than what they could potentially. Sometimes these students never even graduate. The purpose of this speech, though, is to tell you that by staying sober, you will better the chances of succeeding in life and in college and benefiting the world around you. Now, I wasted 8 years of my life binge drinking. I lost my home, I lost the love of my life, and most importantly, I lost my daughter. She was about 5 years old when I started drinking. Now she is 13 years old. I lost all of these years with her due to my binge drinking. I am now an alcoholic due to the large amounts of liquor I continue to consume in my young adult life. I'm 36 years old, trying to obtain a degree, working two jobs, and trying to regain a relationship with my daughter. This all started by just hanging out with the wrong crowd and making the wrong choices. If you do not drink, you may know someone who does. I hope that you will listen to these facts about binge drinking and about my personal story. They may be able to save you or someone else from the grip of this progressive disease. Many students begin hanging out with the wrong crowd during college, and they begin binge drinking, which causes them to lose focus and ambition. Instead of studying, a student may choose to go out for a few beers, and this turns into a habit that is very hard to break. Beers can lead to hard liquor and a very terrible hangover the next morning. The next day is spent trying to recuperate and not much gets done. The student has now fallen behind on their studies and their grades start to fall. Now that their grades have fallen and they have gotten even further behind, they lose the motivation to even try. They then go out for drinks with their buddies in order to try and not think about their mistakes. And a vicious cycle of drinking and not studying sets in. There is good news though. There are many groups formed worldwide, such as Alcoholics Anonymous and Celebrate Recovery. Alcoholics Anonymous uses the Big Book. The Big Book has 12 steps in it, and at the beginning of the book, it tells you right here, this is how they have recovered from alcoholism. So if you or someone you know has a problem with alcohol, you can get this book and follow the 12 steps and you can recover. Celebrate Recovery is a Christ-centered 12-step program, and both of these programs' goals are to show you the light at the end of the tunnel in your addiction and give you hope for and strength for a better future. And I am a huge testimony to both of these programs working very well. Let's talk about the dangers. Binge drinking is somewhat of an epidemic. According to national surveys done by a web post fact sheets binge drinking, more than half of the alcohol consumed by adults in the U.S. is in the form of binge drinking. And 1 in 6 adults binge drinks about 4 times a month and consumes about 8 drinks per binge. Now, I found these numbers to be very low according to the way my friends and I used to drink in college. I consumed as much alcohol as I could in one night, and so did my friends. We did this knowing full well that we had assignments due for class. We would profess to never drink again this way and to get all of our assignments done. However, this never happened. Little to no effort was put into our schoolwork if we even did it at all. Our grades went down and the grief set in, leading simply to giving up, chased by more drinking. I personally have dropped out of college more than once due to this vicious cycle. Let's talk about the sleep loss. Drinking just causes you to lose a lot of valuable sleep that cannot be made up. I did some research myself a couple weeks ago. I didn't drink, but I stayed up all night on Friday night, went to bed around 4 a.m., and had to get up shortly after. It took me an entire week to get back on track. I even dedicated one full day to nothing but resting and sleeping, and it still took me 5 more days to get back on track and to feel somewhat normal. So that one night of lost sleep cost me pretty much a week of losing focus at work and school. Now, I did some research and found some material at Medicine World posted by Joanne. This was done on animals, where they kept the animals awake for 20 hours with only 4 hours of sleep opportunity over a 5 consecutive day period to see if they could make up for lost sleep. What they found was that after the first day of lost sleep, like say Friday night out, the animals compensated by increasing the depth of their sleep. However, the subsequent days of lost sleep, like say Saturday night out and then Sunday night trying to catch up on your studies for Monday, etc., on those nights, the animal failed to generate the compensatory response. They did, in other words, they didn't sleep any more deeply or any longer than the sleep deprived night. At the end of the study, the animals were given 3 full days sleep to sleep however long they wanted, and amazingly, they recovered virtually none of the sleep that was lost during the 5 day sleep deprived period. This is what I got out of that info. Your brain sort of programs itself to do whatever you're doing. So if you're not allowing enough time for sleep, then your body and your mind are going to adjust to less sleep. Less sleep makes you irritable and groggy. Now imagine combining that with the after effects of alcohol on a continual basis. Let's talk about the physical effects as found by the Centers for Disease and Control. Binge drinking also leads to serious health problems, as we all know, including but not limited to unintentional injuries, car crashes, falls, burns, drowning, sexually transmitted diseases, unwanted pregnancies, sexual dysfunction, and neurological damage. Now I sound like George Collins trying to give you the side effects of a pharmaceutical drug. These health issues are life-threatening, and they are no laughing matter. They really happen. Take it from me. I can tell you from personal experience that much of these facts are true. I used to wake up constantly after passing out from a binge and wondering where all the bruises came from. I was constantly falling down or getting into physical altercations with people that caused both parties bodily harm. My father, who was an alcoholic, started to lose feelings in his legs due to the neuropathy that he spoke about. This is caused from the alcohol deadening the nerve endings. If he was still alive, he probably would have lost both of his legs. I personally had been hospitalized and almost died 5 times due to my alcohol and withdrawing from alcohol. All of the information I have given you is serious and should not be taken lightly. Please don't waste your young adult years by failing to listen to these dangers. I now attend AA meetings and I have been sober for an entire year. There is hope for anyone who has found themselves on a downward spiral of binge drinking. You can find AA anywhere in the world and Celebrate Recovery, and they will give you the support you need to get off of the roller coaster. Binge drinking is a habit that is formed, and we can just as easily form a new habit by not drinking. By staying sober, we can accomplish so much more in life and retain information in college, benefiting not only ourselves, but those around us. Now, I obtained some of this information from CDC, Division of Population Health. No date, www.cdc.gov/alcohol/factsheets/binge-drinking.htm, as well as You Can't Make Up for Lost Sleep for Medicine World at http://medicineworld.org/cancer/lead/7-27/You Can't Make Up for Lost Sleep. Thank you and have a nice day.